Real Talk Sports. Woo! Real Talk Sports. I guess I'm doing the how by myself these days. We are in here, man. Okay, there it is. Real Talk Sports Pod21 NFL Week 13. The squad is here, and we are ready to go. So without further ado, let's dig into it.
And we're going. First up, with the gray hoodie on, standing in the corner, filling in for Rocky.
For Rocky?
Vinny Fernandez.
All right, y'all. Let's stop with all the bullshit and all the pillow talk. All right, and let's go straight to the sports. Let's go straight to the sports talk. All right, we on Real Talk Sports. Last time I checked, man. Like, you know, I don't feel the fire, man.
You don't feel the fire? The fire is over here. Next up, bringing the fire for the man whose pilot light seems to be out. Ladies and gentlemen, the analyst and the coach. He is the author and the writer. Luis Fernandez.
What the hell is going on out there? It's Monday, November the 26th, 2012, 3:01 p.m. We are busting your ass with some real ass sports. Congratulations, you have come to the right place. Hit it, Mr. Baker.
There goes a little getting with that ass. But.
Fuck.
And all right, we're going to get right into it. Our first topic, as usual, is NFL. We're going to talk about the previous weeks of games and to try to be more progressive this week. I've asked the gentlemen to hold their comments.
Hold it. Hold it.
Until we talk about every game. So we seem to get stuck in last week's games, and we end up spending more time talking about last.
But you got to talk about the transition.
About this week.
But it's the transition from one week to the next, man. You got so much going on, so many changes. I mean,
why, right here.
Yeah, exactly.
Joe Budden's over here.
I'm sorry, I like to get in depth, in detail.
So now you're in depth. I thought you were a shallow guy. I thought you like to swim near the top.
Can we continue?
Sorry.
We're continuing.
I got distracted.
From our Thursday Thanksgiving games, the Houston Texans beat the Detroit Lions 34-31 in overtime. For Houston, Arian Foster had 20 rushes, 102 yards, and 2 touchdowns. For Detroit, Matt Stafford was 31 of 61, 441 yards,
61
2
passes.
touchdowns.
61 passes.
Oh my God. These guys aren't meant to be gum after that game. Next up on last week's slate of games, also a Turkey Day game, the Washington Redskins defeat the Dallas Cowboys 38-31.
I knew it.
RG3 was 20 of 28, 311 yards,
RG.
4 TDs, 1 interception. For Dallas, good old Tony Romo was 37 of 62, 441 yards, 3 TDs, and 2 interceptions.
62 passes, man. It's like it just keeps going up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These guys' arms are amazing. A lot of masturbation. The New England Patriots defeat the New York Jets 49-19. For the New York Jets, Dustin Keller had 5 receptions, 64 yards, and 1 touchdown. For the New England Patriots, Tom Brady was 18 of 28, 323 yards, 3 TDs. For all my Jets fans, take a shot.
I mean, it's tough to swallow, man. After that, man.
Fuck that shit, man.
Next up on
4-6.
We're going to get to
and
y'all.
you lose? Oh, at home.
We're going to get
suck.
to y'all. Next up on the slate from last week, the Denver Broncos beat up on the Kansas City Chiefs 17-9.
No shit.
For these guys, I just can't stay focused today. For Denver, Peyton Manning was 22 of 37, 285 yards, 2 TDs, and 1 interception. For Kansas City, Jamal Charles had 23 rushes, 407 yards.
As we continue.
The Buffalo Bills fall to the Indianapolis Colts 20-13. For Buffalo, Ryan Fitzpatrick was 17 of 33, 180 yards, 1 TD, and 1 interception. For Indianapolis, Andrew Luck was 20 of 37, 240 yards, 1 TD, and 1 interception. The Pittsburgh Steelers fall to the Cleveland Browns 20-14. For Pittsburgh, Chris Rainey had 5 rushes, 17 yards, and 1 touchdown. For Cleveland, good old Trent Richardson had 29 rushes for 85 yards and 1 touchdown. The Cincinnati Bengals defeat the Oakland Raiders in Carson Palmer's return back home 34-10.
Oh, what a surprise! Oh, Carson Palmer losing.
For Oakland, Denarius Moore, 1 reception, 20 yards, 1 touchdown. For Cincinnati, Andy Dalton, 16-30, 210 yards, 3 TDs.
Red Rocket, Red Rocket.
Red Rocket. Next up, the Miami Dolphins beat the Seattle Seahawks in shocking fashion, 24-21. For Seattle, Russell Wilson was 21-27, 244 yards, 2 touchdowns. For Miami, Ryan Tannehill, 18-26, 253 yards, 1 TD and 1 interception. The Atlanta Falcons hold on to beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 24-23.
Rise up.
For Atlanta, Julio Jones had 6 receptions, 147 yards, and 1 touchdown. For Tampa Bay, Doug Martin had 21 rushes, 50 yards, and 2 touchdowns. The Chicago Bears defeated the Minnesota Vikings 28-10. For Minnesota, Kyle Rudolph had 5 receptions, 55 yards, and 1 touchdown. For Chicago, Michael Bush had 21 rushes, 60 yards, and 2 touchdowns, filling in for Matt Forte, who was dinged out. The Jacksonville Jaguars defeat the Tennessee Titans 24-19. For Tennessee, Jake Locker was 23-40, 261 yards, 1 TD and 2 interceptions. For Jacksonville, good old Chad Henne, the Michigan man, 17-26, 261 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. Next up from last week's slate of games, the Baltimore Ravens defeat the San Diego Chargers 16-13 in overtime. The Chargers actually made it to overtime. For Baltimore, Joe Flacco was 30-51, 355 yards, 1 touchdown. For San Diego, good old Phillip Rivers was 23-36, 228 yards, and 1 touchdown.
Phillip Rivers. I mean, the Chargers. Is there a lower word? Maybe the Jets. Jets. Nah, Jets. Chiefs, Jets, Chargers, Panthers, Eagles.
Playoffs! The St. Louis Rams defeat the Arizona Cardinals 31-17. For St. Louis, Sam Bradford was 8 of 17, 205 yards, 2 TDs, 1 interception. Also for St. Louis, the rookie Janoris Jenkins with 2 interceptions returned for touchdowns. For Arizona, Big Beanie Wells, 17 rushes, 48 yards, 2 touchdowns.
What a comeback, man. Beanie Wells, shouts out, man.
Beanie, Ohio State. Fuck you. San Francisco 49ers.
How about they 12-0, right?
Defeat the New Orleans Saints 31-21. We have a Colin Kaepernick sighting. I believe this is his team now. He was 16-25, 231 yards, 1 TD, 1 interception. And for New Orleans, Drew Brees was 26-41, 267 yards, 3 TDs, 2 interceptions. They are both returned for score. And the last game from last week's schedule, the New York Football Giants beat up and made a statement against the Green Bay Packers, 38-10. For Green Bay, old Jordy Nelson had 2 receptions, 71 yards, and 1 touchdown. For NYG, Eli Manning was 16-30, 249 yards, 3 TDs. Thoughts, comments, questions, concerns, fellas?
Hey, man, first thing first, biggest thing to me this week was the fact that Colin Kaepernick overtook Alex Smith, and he came out with a win at New Orleans.
He looks good, man. Can't deny it, man.
I mean, but Jim Harbaugh, man, people are a little, flustered that he got, dropped down Alex Smith in the depth chart so quickly. I mean, what I saw from Colin, he looks like he needs to start. I mean, go with the hot hand.
Go with the hot hand. Can't be mad at Jim Harbaugh. He got balls. Everybody else is pussies.
I don't think they're pussies. I just think that people are scared of change. And the fact that quarterback controversies now are just as expensive as, wide receiver dramas. I mean, like, whenever there's a wide receiver with drama or a quarterback controversy on the team, doesn't the team always get more public pub and more angst in the fan base and, all this extra dramatic nonsense?
So do you think that Kaepernick make that team better?
I think he does, but I think it's going to cause a media frenzy.
I don't care about the fucking media. They're the bullies.
Hey, man. Hey, they've taken down a lot of good teams.
Yeah.
I just think that the coach has the right attitude. Harbaugh has the right attitude.
Yeah.
It's my team. If it's gonna mess up, I'm gonna be the one messing it up. I'm going with the hot hand, which I've always felt a coach. That's all a coach has to say at the beginning of every single season. It's the hot hand. Whoever is hot plays. If you play like shit, sit and watch the guy who's playing well and watch us win and cheer us on.
This is how I feel about this situation in San Fran. You have Kaepernick, a young guy who coming in and doing a great job. But I think he would benefit from Alex Smith finishing off this season at the least. I think so, mainly because there's going to be a time when Kaepernick gets that loss, he gets those picks, and things just start mounting on him.
Yeah.
You know, that happens. It happens to every young quarterback. You know, and I don't think that this year is the year where the San Francisco 49ers can afford that. You should go with the consistent base guy in Alex Smith. I mean, no doubt, play Kaepernick. You know, I thought they did well doing him. You know, bringing him in, taking him out. You know, I thought they should keep doing that. And just to give this guy Kaepernick, give him, you know, something to back him up. You know, something to save him.
How long is that gonna work? Kaepernick started the past 2 games, two victories. So.
Yeah. Look at the 49ers. What was the 49ers record before Kaepernick came in?
No, I agree.
I mean,
but
these guys weren't shabby either way. And I just feel that this team makes Kaepernick look a lot better than what he is. He made a few rookie mistakes last night, but he did look impressive, no doubt. You know, but this team does help him with his progression.
Of course it does. It's a wonderful team, and this team, what was keeping it from being a totally dominant team in the NFC was the quarterback. The quarterback is not an elite quarterback. You put an elite quarterback in there, that team can be lethal.
Are you calling Colin Kaepernick?
I'm not saying he's elite, but I'm saying is if the thing that's holding this team back has been the quarterback. If you upgrade at the quarterback, whether you get a Pro Bowler or somebody who's almost a Pro Bowler or just a solid, or I think all you need is a solid guy, doesn't make mistakes, hits the open guy, and lets you know.
So at this moment right now, would you take Kaepernick over Alex Smith on your team?
Yeah.
You would? Anything?
I would.
How about you, Scott?
I would have to. He's playing too well. I'm with Jim Harbaugh. Go with the hot hand. He's hot, let him ride it. You know what you got in Alex Smith. He's not going anywhere. He's used to being a loser, so he can.
He's got tough skin. Yeah,
he's got. I mean that in a good way. He can handle it.
Yeah, he can handle it.
Yeah, he's not a drama queen. I'll say that.
Some quarterbacks can't handle it. You know.
Yeah, he's a grown man. So
quarterbacks don't handle it.
And that's part of the reason why he's still with the organization.
Well, you heard Vernon Davis's comments. Vernon Davis came out and fully supported Alex Smith. You know, he came out in full support of Alex Smith.
He's a class act. He's a class act.
Yeah. But my whole thing with the rest of the team is, you know, I would like to see if this continues with Kaepernick. You know, and what's going to happen when he does make that fall, because we know it's going to happen. Yeah. That's all I'm really interested to see what's going to happen.
I say go for it, man. I say wait for what? Okay, when you got somebody who's good, I remember when Montana came. And people were like, "Oh, you're gonna go to Montana already?" And Montana threw that pass against that. I was like, "Oh, okay, he seems to be pretty good." Okay, and Bill Walls just stood there smiling, like, you know, some people just know what they got. Okay, I trust this coach. I like this coach a great deal. I think he knows what the hell he's looking for. And well, a great example is the fellow we're gonna talk about in the Indianapolis Buffalo game. That's a good example
of somebody. That's a great transition.
You know, so I mean. He helped Andrew Luck become Andrew Luck. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it doesn't fall far from the tree.
So what's up with this Andrew Luck guy?
I mean, this guy of course he set the records for most wins already by a rookie quarterback with 7. All right, I mean this guy's the real deal. This team was terrible last year. This Colts team was terrible.
So they beat Buffalo 20-13, and what's their record now?
7-4.
So they're right in the thick of things, playoff wise, in the AFC.
Absolutely. Are they good enough to get a playoff win?
Yes, as long as they have this quarter, they keep him upright.
I mean, right now there's not a lot of teams in the AFC that's showing a lot of pop, except maybe the Texans and the Patriots, and of course the Broncos. I think they have a good chance of winning. I think they can beat a Baltimore team who's been injured. They can beat a Pittsburgh team that also has injuries.
Heck yeah.
You know? Yeah. They can beat a team like that.
That's another team.
I think they could beat, Cincinnati. You know, they can beat Pittsburgh.
Is Cincinnati getting in?
Cincinnati 6-5. They're the same as the Steelers. It's looking good for them. They've won the last couple of games.
Right.
You know, and Pittsburgh has fallen, of course. That Cincinnati team is very good. That offense, that triumvirate.
It's good.
They have a very good tight end in Gresham, very good running back in Benjarvis Green Ellis, quietly having an excellent season.
Yeah. He's consistent.
Andy Dalton looking like a Pro Bowler out there. I mean, Andy Dalton has been playing better than Matthew Stafford. I mean, I can go down the list. He's been playing better than a lot of quarterbacks who should be playing better than him.
He makes a great decision.
Yes.
He makes a great decision. He doesn't turn over the ball a lot.
He reminds me of Garcia, Jeff Garcia.
Jeff Garcia.
Like that kind of quarterback that is like, he's not flashy like RG.
He's
workmanlike.
Yeah, he's really workmanlike. He's like a country boy or something like that. He's just out there having fun, doing his thing. I like Cincinnati right now. I'm high on those guys coming with these last couple of wins.
So speaking of Cincinnati, they beat Oakland 34-10. What else?
Can we not talk about Carson Palmer? I mean, as long as we don't talk about Carson Palmer, right?
Well, his return to Cincinnati wasn't exactly what he may have wanted.
Oh, I mean, that's the least you can say. I mean, I think Cincinnati is extremely pleased that they're off his team, and this is basically proved their point.
And the quarterback that replaced him threw for 3 touchdowns against.
Like, this game basically proved Cincinnati that, we did the right thing by getting rid of this bum.
Oakland draft a quarterback this season?
Oakland should have drafted a quarterback before they traded.
They got Terrell Pryor on the bench.
Terrell Pryor.
I mean, that's like, oh man.
Maybe somebody outside.
I mean, I've never seen him play in an NFL game. Only seen him in preseason.
Yeah, he hasn't played in it.
Preseason, he did look decent, and there was talks of him starting. Yeah. But of course, Carson Palmer is a veteran bum. He has to be there, and they spent 2 first-round picks on him, so they got to eat that bullet.
It's cheap. My story for the week was RG3. I love him. 20 of 28, 311 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception, and basically the NFC East, the nightmare continues. Yeah. As long as he stays healthy, the nightmare for the NFC East for the next. I hope the Giants and Dallas, and the Eagles have to deal with him for the next 15 years.
For as good as Andrew Luck has been this season, RG3 has been better, even though his team has been worse.
Would you pay a ticket to go see him?
I mean, I think anyone in any football fan would want to go see RG3 play. No doubt, Andrew Luck is a great player. Yeah, I think Andrew Luck is legit. He's going to be a Pro Bowler for years.
Oh yeah, he's in the perfect place. Indianapolis has nothing.
But RG3 is just an enigma. He's something that you don't see a lot. I mean, this guy, he's this guy's. I mean, the only person I can think of even close to having this type of euphoria around him is Mike Vick when he came out. That's maybe LeBron James.
Yeah, Mike Vick when he hit the league.
Yeah, Mike Vick. There's such LeBron. When LeBron James came out, of course, he already had a huge following. RG3 comes to the league, has a huge following.
He signed this paperwork before the draft. Shit. He was taking pictures way
early.
Oh
man, hey, it is what it is. But this guy RG3 is legit. They're gonna play the Giants next week. They have a chance.
They have a chance
to get into this playoff picture. 5 and 6.
Yeah, if they beat the Giants this week.
You're damn right they do. Yeah.
It's going to cause a lot of problems, man. I mean, the Giants are sitting with a nice 7-4 record, but Washington beats them. They split the 2-game set, and 1 game back in the division. Shoot, that's pretty good to me.
Now that's the game of the week for me. The Giants beating up on the Packers. I mean, I got a lot of respect for the Packers. I was very surprised. 38-10.
The thing that I saw mostly was that everything outside of Aaron Rodgers did not play well at all. And it seemed like Aaron Rodgers was out there by himself.
Yeah.
I mean, Jordy Nelson no doubt had 2 receptions and a touchdown, but I mean, the one play was a deep bomb. Okay.
Playing with Rodgers sometimes I think is like playing with when players play with a great basketball player, they stand and they watch.
Yeah.
And it's just like watching him play, he's such a great player. I could see, people getting lulled into, a sense of, wow, look at this guy, man. He's just zipping that ball in there, and not, taking care of their responsibility, not focusing in,
Because they got too many good pieces for them to be getting beat 38-10.
It really is the offensive and defensive lines. Losing Clay Matthews on that defense was enormous. I mean, that's their best pass rusher. Who do they have to pass rush now? There really isn't anybody. AJ Hawk has to be the guy now, and he's just not that good.
Oh, they got Nick Perry?
They did draft Nick Perry, but you're trying to compare him to Clay Matthews. I mean, it's not even close.
Oh, no, I'm not going to compare him.
I mean, well, that's the production that they losing, and I don't think Nick Perry can make up for that. The secondary has not been playing as well as they did in the past. The running game is non-existent. That Cedric Benson injury hurt them.
They said he'd be back in like 3 weeks.
I mean, and there needs to be another star player. I'm hoping that when Greg Jennings comes back, that'll help boost the team. You know, give them some attitude, give them some swagger because they don't have it right now. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, if the Bears can really take control of this division with this next game coming up. Yeah. You know, they can really take control of this division. But the Bears, another team, having a lot of problems with injuries.
That offensive line, man.
And
I think they started a guy who walked on at BYU. They're just having some problems, man. They don't have a starter on their offensive line at this point. They have all fill-ins, undrafted. And
then you have a backup at quarterback. I mean, is Jay Cutler going to come back this year? This team doesn't have a shot of winning without Jay Cutler.
Yeah, when he played this past week, I don't think he was going to play. That's the only reason why they won.
Matt Forte just got out with an injury as well. He's hurt. Michael Bush, of course, is a very solid backup, but Matt Forte is a weapon. You lose him. I think. I don't want to speak because I'm not sure. Did Devin Hester? I heard something happened to Devin Hester too.
Yeah, he's out.
You know, he's out. I heard Tillman got hurt as well. Tillman got hurt.
Lance Briggs got hurt.
I mean, this team just died in a second.
Yeah.
I mean, it's looking very bad for that NFC North division as a whole. You know, luckily, the Lions have been playing as bad as they have. The Vikings, the Vikings have been playing better, but I mean, the Lions are a team, man. I don't know what to say about them.
They're schizoid, man.
It's maturity.
It's good weed, man. What is that weed they got up there?
That's probably
talking about. What was that stuff that was?
Hydro.
That hydro they smoking up there? Oh man, that shit is powerful shit.
Man.
Okay, because they are a schizoid ass team.
I mean,
my boy Ndamukong Suh to see a psychologist.
He kicking people in the nuts.
Got to send all of our running backs to the ER.
I mean, there are a lot of things I like.
Send all of our receivers to hands camp.
Except Calvin. I mean,
except Calvin. Send everybody to fucking hands camp.
I think Jim Schwartz lost that game this last week.
Yeah, that
Jim Schwartz.
Challenge.
He's a really fiery guy. You know, I saw it with that Jim Harbaugh whole incident. He's really fiery. Things get under his skin pretty easily from what I see.
Type guy.
Yeah, you know, and I don't think he handled that well. You know.
Yeah, he needs to pick his battles.
We lost that game off that play.
Off that play.
Like seriously, Detroit had about 3 different opportunities.
Right.
To beat Houston.
Yeah.
To where they didn't even
I mean, that touchdown wasn't even close. That it was a touchdown, but he overreacted.
He got too amped.
He overreacted. He should have calmed down and thought about what he was doing before he did it.
Let
them replay the touchdown. It has to be reviewed anyway. Why throw out the challenge flag?
And it would have changed the entire landscape.
Now you throw out the challenge flag. Now they can't do. I mean, that rule was ridiculous.
That rule's gonna get changed.
That rule was ridiculous.
That rule be changed yesterday.
Right. He shouldn't lose it. He shouldn't lose it because he threw it. You know what I'm saying? So, it's just the problem is that he's showing. That lack of discipline is reflected onto the team.
Yeah.
And
it
starts at the top. It starts at the top.
The cornerback deal.
Okay, it's 1 or 2 things that have been ignored, though, because our defensive end hasn't been playing good either.
Brandon Bosch
is starting to retire, basically.
Cliff Averill.
Cliff Averill's been okay. He's been accepted.
But that defensive line hasn't been what we thought they were. We thought this defensive line was top.
The tackles have been playing good. Fairley's been
playing well.
Sue's been playing good.
What about that linebacker, the Tullocks and
don't worry about that. Justin Durant or bust.
Oh wow. I mean, it's tough. I mean, you have to have a full defense. Like we see with these great teams, like the Giants and the Niners and the Falcons. This team has all around. On the defensive line, they have playmakers. On the linebacking core, they have playmakers. In the secondary, they have playmakers.
Spoon.
You gotta have all these guys. You know. I do want to get into the Falcons though.
Well, I also wanted to get into Pittsburgh, Cleveland, which proved me right.
Oh,
gotta talk about that.
I picked Cleveland 16-14 over Pittsburgh, and the final score was 20-14 Cleveland. Last I checked.
So tell us about this game. Why did Cleveland?
Charlie Batch evens the playing field. When it's a quarterback-driven league, if you don't have Ben Roethlisberger, you're effed.
Well, it wasn't only that.
Was it 11 turnovers?
8 turnovers. 5 fumbles, 3 picks. Now, this is the one thing I saw most out of that game.
5 of the turnovers were Apple. 3 of them were Cherry. I hate punch. I hate punch too.
Okay.
Punch?
As I continue, as we continue on.
Beer go.
First of all, Charlie Batch is terrible. Charlie Batch sucks.
He's old.
But it doesn't help when you have guys like Rashard Mendenhall out. When, of course, the receivers can't get the ball.
Well, didn't all 4 of their running backs give up from?
Mendenhall, I don't think Mendenhall played. Dwyer, Redmond, Rainey,
All fumbled.
all fumbled.
Oh, one of them just fumbled again.
All right. Antonio Brown was out. He was injured. All right. Look at the defensive side of the ball.
What about the recent signing, Plaxico Burress?
Plaxico Burress didn't make an appearance.
Plaxico.
And it's kind of hard to get it to Plaxico when Charlie Batch is your quarterback, can't throw it past 15 yards. Hey, man, I love the guy. He's 50.
He's 50.
Go home. All right, it's enough.
Michigan
He should be a commentator on the Detroit Lions radio station.
Let's go Lions.
If they gonna pay you, why not stay?
I mean,
I suit up every week.
The Steelers are having a real tough issue, but I like the way Mike Tomlin came out.
Where's Dennis Dixon at?
Mike Tomlin, man, I never seen him so pissed in my life.
I mean, how he acted, that's how I would have wanted Rex Ryan to act after our blowout loss.
Yes. That's why he's my coach. If I
Go find Dennis Dixon, man. He knows the offense. He's not doing anything.
Oh, maybe Bubby Brister is around.
Can we not talk about old quarterbacks that don't matter?
Dennis Dixon does matter. He's actually young.
I mean, what team is he on, though?
He was on.
He's young to you.
And now he's on
He's young to you.
the Canadian
You're
Galaxy.
over the hill.
He got drafted like 3 years ago.
No, he didn't. It wasn't up 3 years ago.
Okay, 4 years ago.
Hey, man, do the research. Do the research.
I'll find it. I'll find it. It's all good. Well, fellas, is there anything else from last week's slate before we move forward?
One last thing. We got a Monday night game today with Carolina and Philadelphia.
Right.
These teams are horrendous. Andy Reid's a dickhead.
Against the bid. Got to start early with these 2 teams.
Cam Newton's it's sad to say that this is a Monday night football game.
Yeah, it's going to be ugly.
Yeah, it's going to be ugly. I hit on 12 of the 15 games so far.
He's not letting that go.
I got Carolina tonight. Carolina 17, Philadelphia 14. The Lou has spoken.
What do you have for tonight's game, Vinny, since we're there?
Hey, man, you got an Eagles team. Vic out, McCoy out,
Yeah.
all these injuries. Fuck that.
Nick Foles, what? You know what?
Yeah, man, I don't see it happening.
Oh, wait a minute.
Carolina with the W.
Breaking news, man. Breaking news. All right? Is that thing still on? Oh, okay. The Jets have hit a new low. All right, superfan, Fireman Ed, who leads the JETS Jets chant, has quit as their superfan.
He has not quit. He has retired. He gets full pension. He gets a full pension plan and all.
All right. Green juice once a day.
All right, according to Yahoo, all right, in a self-penned column in the Metro, the free newspaper handed out mostly at the subway station right next to the hobo who's asking for money. Ed Anzalone announced he will no longer attend games as Fireman Ed.
This quarterback controversy.
So he cited the coarsening of conditions at Jet games due to fans' anger at the team's struggles this season and the quarterback controversy between starter Mark Sanchez and backup Tim Tebow. Ed Anzalone wears a Sanchez jersey to games and said he left Thursday's blowout loss to the New England Patriots at halftime due to heckling. This is an indication of how society has lost and is continuing to lose respect for one another, Anzalone wrote. The fact that I chose to wear a Mark Sanchez jersey this year and that fans think I am on the payroll, which is an outright lie, have made these confrontations more frequent, whether it's in the stands, the bathroom, or the parking lot. These confrontations are happening on a constant basis. Although I can hold my own, I do not want to lose my temper and make a stupid mistake.
Hey, man, we talk about New Yorkers here. Everybody gets fired up. But to be honest, I'm not a guy who'd go up to Fireman Ed and try to talk shit. This guy he's a pretty scary looking guy. You know, he's fierce. You know, he's always was a fierce fan. It's a sad day for all Jets fans.
When there was a fire in a building and everybody else ran out of the building, he ran into the fucking building. Okay, people that do that shit, I don't want to mess with nobody like that. Because as far as I'm concerned, you know, you have to be a little insane to do that. Okay? He said that he'd still attend games, He won't be wearing the helmet or leading cheers on the stadium jumbotron. This man's been a Jet fan since 1975. The team has failed to win a Super Bowl during that time. Listen, Jet fans. Real Jet fans. Not the bullshit Jet fans.
Not the Tebow fans.
Not the Tebow fans.
Not the Jet hecklers.
I'm talking to y'all, okay?
And the Sanchez hecklers.
As a Jet fan from 1971. All right? I'm begging you. I'm begging you all to show that kind of respect, because if nothing else, people respect the Jet fans because A, we were loyal as hell to a team that didn't give us anything back for years, for decades. All right? And we showed class. We were a class organization. Okay? But now, you see everything in this instance, the trickle down effect has worked. Okay? Woody Johnson broke down. Tannenbaum broke down. Rex has broken down. The team is broken down. Now it's breaking down in the stands. Okay? Fix this, Woody. Fix it. Okay? It's time to clean house. All right? Let's start from the rip. Okay? And let's think out of the box this time. Stop thinking about those damn seats and the PSLs and whatever, and let's get this thing done. Thank you.
And that is from an original Jets fan, ladies and gentlemen. We had to take that breaking news because it's breaking news. And for all you Jet fans, man, support your team, man. I'm so sick of y'all jumping off the bandwagon. I know it looks bleak.
First of all, there's no such thing. There is no bandwagon.
I heard Mike Greenberg talking about this today. And he was talking about how he had just given up on the Jets and that he's looking forward to the draft. Damn. Whenever it got to the looking forward to the draft, it's usually over.
Yeah. And we're used to doing that a lot. But the problem is that something very big has to happen in between now and the draft, which is Mike Tannenbaum has to leave. Okay, more than likely Rex has to leave. And we need to start all over.
I don't think they're letting Rex leave.
We'll see.
Well, then
I mean,
it's going to be difficult to find a GM because a new GM is going to want to have his guy in.
This circus-like environment was caused as soon as Rex Ryan stepped into the threshold as the Jets head coach. No doubt he's a great coach. I think he's a great guy, you know. But he does bring a circus-like environment, and it's not good for the team.
So who do you guys have any potential coaches?
Bill Cowher.
You want Cowher?
I want Bill Cowher.
Get Cowher, but it would be nice to get Cowher. I want Mike Tomlin. Hopefully, maybe Steelers will just go insane, or maybe they'll do meth or something.
Oh wow!
Just go
nuts. Besides that, you know, I'm sure there's a lot of coaches in the college atmosphere. All right, GM wise, I want him to go after a guy who's really close to the Jets fan base. I want to get somebody who's of the area, not somebody who's, you know, just a guy going from team to team. I want this guy to be with our team for a long time.
You don't want Romeo Kent?
No.
You don't want Jim Morris Jr.?
No.
Oof. You don't want Bobby Petrino?
What? You're just...
All right, let's move on to what's happening week 13.
Okay, how about this? I'd rather have Wayne Corbett as our head coach before any of those guys you just named.
What?
And Wayne Corbett, I don't think has coached a game. I mean, but I still trust him more than those guys.
He coached at Passaic High School.
Take that. Well, we're going to keep it moving forward. Before our breaking news, Vinny, I was asking you a question. You didn't give me a score on a Monday night game.
Oh,
Carolina.
Carolina wins 21, Philadelphia 10.
Carolina wins. Yeah, I got Carolina winning this game. Cam Newton is doing the Superman shit the whole fourth quarter.
You mean the Hello Kitty shit?
I give it to the Carolina Panthers. Yeah, I would say 24-3.
Oh, the 3?
I don't see Nick Foles getting off the ground. He has to play like the Browns or the Chiefs or somebody. Get him a good resume.
That's tough.
All right, we're gonna move forward progressively for this next upcoming week of games. Oh man, this one pains me and excites me all at the same time. The Thursday night game this week.
Woo!
5-6 New Orleans Saints. Bring it on to Atlanta to play my Falcons, waiting at 10-1, 5-0 at home.
So you're gonna have some grub, chilling in front of the set, watching the game.
I have to work. And I don't have NFL Network. So it'll be checking my cell phone type of night.
Well, all them Comcast folks, y'all better call Xfinity.
Listening to Lou giving him updates.
That's extremely disappointing because I've been looking forward to this game. And for me to have to just follow it.
Are the Falcons going to beat the Saints anytime soon? I mean,
yeah, they're going to beat them this game.
They're going to beat them.
They're going to beat them this game. They're coming to the crib. We 5-0. Fuck that.
Fuck that.
This is the type of team that the Falcons go to Super Bowl and win a Super Bowl, and I'm still mad because we got swept by the Saints. Like this is where this is at right now. This is serious.
I mean, I have a lot of faith in the Saints offense. They're 3-2 ever since Joe Vitta's come back. They look like the old Saints. These receiver corps has gotten together. Their O-line has some injuries. Their defense is looking stout. You know, the Saints team, I don't think are going to come out as soft as they did that last game. And I think the Falcons these last couple of weeks have been shown their weaknesses. You know, they've been exposed. And I think that the Saints are going to come out, and I think they're going to surprise them again with another W. I mean, I'm not saying this because I'm a Saints fan. I'm not saying this because I don't like the Falcons. I think the Falcons are a wonderful team. But after seeing how they played against the Cardinals, it's very hard to back that into next week. If they cannot run the ball, it's going to be a long day.
If the Falcons don't put the Saints away, this game has to be won. There is no ifs, ands, or buts. This game has to be won. From a real Falcons fan, I cannot fathom them getting swept by the Saints. I just can't. I cannot. Regardless of how much I try to think about it, and I have nightmares about it, we can't lose to the Saints again, man.
I mean, sounds good. It sounds good.
You just don't buy it.
I don't buy it after that performance. I mean, they have to show me something a lot. All right, because if you have the Cardinals,
Maybe did you watch the Tampa Bay game?
I'm sorry, if you let Tampa Bay, this team.
Tampa Bay's not a bad team.
They're not a bad team, but they didn't play all that great either. To be honest with you.
Just that's not the type of team that the Falcons should be like even playing close with. Quite frankly, when with the 10-1 record, being a top team in the NFC, I don't think we would see the 49ers have that kind of problem. I don't think we'd even see the Bears have that kind of problem with the Bucks.
Dang.
But the Falcons certainly should not have that kind of problem with the Bucks. Okay, if they want to be considered,
It's a division game. Everybody.
And I understand, but then it's also compounded by the New Orleans game. Where the New Orleans game, they didn't show nothing, and people were like ready for This was supposed to be like, hey, celebration of the undefeated season.
Right.
We finally bust this losing streak to these guys, and it fell flat, and they haven't played the same since.
Look at all the teams they've played in the division and how they won those games. The Carolina Panthers, extremely close games. In the high 30s and 37-35 was the final.
Mm-hmm.
Tampa Bay, another team, they barely win. Saints, of course, they lose. All right, this is a common thing with the Falcons.
But the Falcons aren't used to blowing people out. They're not.
Well, yeah, they have the most 7 points or fewer wins in the NFL.
Absolutely.
But that I just don't see that lasting though. I don't see those close defeats. You don't
see that paying dividends down the line, being able to win.
I think it'll come back to bite them eventually.
I think it helps them. I think no doubt it helps them. But I think it also is going to show a lot of teams how they can defeat them. The teams that get 2 shots at them might have a chance to get that W coming later on in the season.
So what's your score on the game, man?
I think it's going to be a nail biter. It's like the last one. I think 21-20 in New Orleans.
21-20.
Saints are going to win it on a field goal. Drew Brees with the final drive.
Well, I'm believing differently. I hope the Falcons open this one up. Thursday night game favor the home team. Only one home team has lost on a Thursday night game. I got the Falcons 35, the Saints 20. 35-20.
All right. Well, I got Atlanta at home, 5-0. So they go 6-0. They take their frustrations out on the Saints. 41-9 Falcons.
I like it. All right. Well, that's our Thursday night game for this upcoming week.
Apparently, we got a Falcons fan in the midst.
Hey.
No. If you're going to be a top team, you want to be considered a top team. That's what you need to do. That's what you need to prove to me that you're that kind of a team. And then, that's how you shut people up. You know what I'm saying?
That would be a very big statement. All right. Well, I like it, Lou. I can dig that. You can ride with me to the game. Next Sunday, for Sunday's slate of games coming up, you have the 4-7 Arizona Cardinals headed out to New York to play the 4-7 Jets, who are 2-4 at home. You don't know how to feel?
This is actually giving the Jets a chance to win playing the Cardinals. This is very disappointing. I don't think the Jets should win this game. I think we should just get rid of the rest of the season.
You're just going to scrap the season?
I mean, we need some talent, and talent usually translates to a high draft pick. I don't know. I like what the Cardinals do in the running game. Beanie Wells is back. Steven Howland, very good runner.
You can't ignore that big Band-Aid on their team.
Jets can't stop the run. And their defense is one of the better defenses in the NFL. Calais Campbell, Darrell Washington, Patrick Peterson. All right, don't knock what this guy Patrick Peterson can do.
He's nuts.
He's ridiculous.
He's nuts.
All right, this Cardinals team is underrated. They have been playing bad, but that's because of the quarterback situation.
Ryan Lindley
is the quarterback.
San Diego State.
He's the quarterback of the future. But I don't have any confidence in the Jets. Cardinals 28, Jets 5.
Damn.
I'll just pick the Jets because I'm a Jet fan. No rhyme or reason to it.
I like to support that.
24, Jets 24, Arizona 16.
That's an unrealistic look at the world.
Yeah, pretty much.
I have the Jets 24, Arizona 13. I just think Arizona doesn't have enough offense to stay relevant.
And the Jets do?
Yes. They got better offense than Arizona.
Who?
Sean Green.
Larry Fitz.
Larry Fitz has to get the ball.
Sean Green has to be able to run the ball. Sean Green ain't shit.
Here you go.
How many 100-yard games has Sean Green had compared to Leroy Stevens-Howland?
How many 100-yard blockers does Sean Green have?
Oh, how about the same for the Cardinals? Can you name one offensive lineman on the Cardinals?
Yes, I can.
Who?
Levi Brown.
Oh! You just remember the draft.
Levi Brown reference. Go, boy.
Does he want to call me out?
Yes.
Listen, I just don't see any rhyme or reason for you to pick the Jets. The Jets have the worst offense.
Well, you can be as much as a Jet hater as you want.
I'm not a Jet hater. I'm speaking the truth.
I'm not really the type of person that's influenced by people. So
okay,
you can seethe in this corner all you want.
I'm willing.
I'm still picking the Jets.
I'm going to explain my position though. I'm looking at each tier of our positions. The only position that is even relevant in the NFL for our team is the secondary. Ron Landry, Jeremiah Bell, Tony O'Connor, Marty Cal Wilson. All right. Besides that, everybody else sucks. Our quarterback, bottom tier in the NFL. Running back, bottom tier in the NFL.
Don't suck. They're just young.
Defensive ends,
Quentin Coples is young.
Muhammad Wilkerson has been playing very well.
Exactly.
Quentin Coples, I don't know. Our linebacker,
you gotta give him a chance. He's a rookie.
Our linebacker core has looked porous.
Well, that's because you got
our D line. Our D line.
If you're gonna play that old, you might as well get Ray Lewis.
Our D line, besides Wilkerson, has also been porous. Porous.
That's what you want to say.
Our running backs, terrible. We have the worst running backs.
I just got Khalil Bell. That's an upgrade. Khalil Bell is an upgrade over Joe McKnight.
We have the worst running back core in the NFL. The worst receiver core in the NFL. What makes you think we could beat the Cardinals? What is the one player?
You gotta beat the Rams. The Rams can beat the Cardinals.
The Rams beat themselves.
Excuse for everything. I'm done.
I have no excuses for the Jets' porous team play.
I'm not wasting any more time on your soliloquy.
Jets suck.
Next up.
Worst offense in the league.
Next up. For this upcoming week of games.
I've said this for 5 years now.
The San Francisco 49ers at 8-2-1, 4-1 on the road, head out to St. Louis to play those Rams at 4-6-1. And the last
still
time,
better than the Jets.
The last time these teams played, I believe they tied. And now they're in St. Louis. And the Rams are 3-3 at home.
Last game they played, that was the Alex Smith injury. Kaepernick came in and sucked it up. I don't think that's going to happen again this time.
You don't think so?
Oh, nah. Kaepernick's going to have some drive. All right, this is a team that made it a tie game that we wanted to win that game. That was his first game that he really played. Kaepernick's going to come out firing all cylinders. 49ers team is too much talent. 49ers going to win it big, looking like one of those old
and then they got a tie on their record because of this.
Yeah, because of this team. 49, Niners, Rams, 17.
The 49ers are going to score 49?
49 to 17.
Damn! What you got, Lou? Give the Rams a little love. Show Sam Bradford some type of
Well, St. Louis, the Rams are 3-3 at home. They're not bad. You know,
Janoris Jenkins
they're
coming off those 2 interception TDs.
They're not bad, considering what people think they are, which is pretty bad.
You should always win. matter, even if you're Jaguars.
Unfortunately, San Francisco is going to win this game, of course. It's going to be a 36-16. It'll be quite significant.
So you're not giving the 49ers 49?
No. Maybe between the two of them, 49.
Okay.
But the 49ers will have more of that 49 than the St. Louis Rams.
Yep, I think this game gets ugly. I think we might see an Alex Smith sighting, and he might get knocked out of the game. This St. Louis defense.
Hold on, he was already knocked out of the game. I mean, get him.
Yeah, but Smith's supposed to be able to play this week. Alex Smith. So I think Jim Harbaugh's going.
Was he not able to play last week? I mean, I saw him suited up.
He wasn't cleared.
Why you suiting up, man? You better put on a suit.
Nah, he wanted to show support. Vinny, you're just not on it today, huh?
I'm just not liking the NFL as it is today, man.
I understand that. I have my qualms with Mr. Goodell. His name needs to be Mr. Baddell. Good has came of him. I got the 49ers in this one, definitely. I'm going to say 38-17. I give St. Louis a little credit. Sam Bradford put a few points on the board. That defense will make something happen. Next up on the slate, the Battle of Tennessee. I'm sorry, not the Battle of Tennessee. You got the 10-1 Houston Texans. They're 5-0 on the road. Heading out to Tennessee to play the Titans at 4-7.
Well, you see, the old Oilers play the new Texans.
You know, I think that's where I was going.
Yeah.
But then I looked at
it's
it like,
a Texas thing.
Who cares? Titans suck. Houston's gonna come out with this.
He is just a bitter analyst today. Do we need to get you some pussy?
Yeah. I mean, I'm just looking at some of these teams and they're so bad. I don't even want to comment. Houston versus Tennessee, is this even a question? Houston win 38-10.
It's big for Bud Adams. Shit. He's got his clipboard in there.
Big for Bud.
He got his clipboard up there. He's taking stats. I'm not trying to fool Bud Adams.
Probably got him a couple lines of cocaine as well.
Bud.
Man. You know what's funny on the sidebar since you brought that up? I was talking to a policeman in this area the other day, and I asked him, what's the biggest drug they deal with? Surprisingly, he said heroin.
Heroin?
I was like, do they still make that shit?
Yeah.
Of course, everybody wants to get high.
I'm sorry, I'm just not.
You got a lot of white neighborhoods.
I guess I'm out of the loop. I didn't know heroin was.
I had no idea.
He said that's the biggest drug they deal with. I would have thought it'd been meth with this area.
Yeah, country. But I mean, in the meth lab, you can also make heroin.
That's a sidebar. Just made me think of that what you're saying.
We too into the drug.
I got Houston winning this one big. They need to make a statement because they've looked not good these past few weeks. Houston 28, Tennessee 7. CJ2K breaks one big run.
Any thoughts, Vinny?
I already said 38-10. Houston wins. It's not even a question for me.
All right. Well, I like Houston. They're 5-0 on the road. Tennessee gonna put up a good fight, but it's gonna be like 34-17 Houston.
Sorry, Tennessee. I just haven't shown enough. When you got Jovan Hayes starting, some issues, man. When you got the wrong McCourty, sorry, man. Next up on the slate, the 6-5 Minnesota Vikings have a divisional game against the 7-4 Green Bay Packers in Lambeau Field, where Green Bay is 4-1, and Minnesota is 1-4 on the road.
This game is dependent upon Percy Harvin, whether he plays or not.
I don't think he's playing.
I think this Vikings team has been surprising, and their defense is very good.
Mm-hmm.
The Packers.
Did they pick back up Ray Edwards yet? I know he's been looking for a home.
Who cares? Ray Edwards is. He's below Plexico. I mean. But yeah, man, I like Minnesota and what they've done these last couple of weeks. I think they're really trying to get into the playoffs. I think Adrian Peterson has a huge game because I don't think there's anybody on that Packers defensive line who's going to be able to shut him up. Minnesota wins big. Aaron Rodgers has a big game, but it's not enough. Minnesota wins 24-21.
24-21 Minnesota. What about you, Lou?
I think Green Bay is making the playoffs this year. They're 7-4. They're home. Minnesota 6-5. They can kill two birds with one stone. Green Bay 17, Minnesota 14.
I think this game is going to get out of control. Green Bay just got their ass beat. by the New York Football Giants, who just won the Super Bowl the year before. I think Green Bay takes that personally. I got them coming out, firing on all cylinders. I'm going to say 35-14 Green Bay. Yeah, and they're at home. Lambeau leaps all day. It's going to get real ugly. Next up on the slate, the 8-3 New England Patriots head out to get a little sunshine, another divisional game with the Miami Dolphins, who are resting at 5-6, and they're 3-2 at home.
New England, anybody? We talked about the best offense in the NFL. These last 3 weeks, his team has looked ridiculous. Even without Gronkowski.
They always brought into form this time of year.
They're still dominant. This game isn't going to be that tough. I think Miami makes.
It's not going to be that tough.
Miami makes a splash, but New England going to come out on top. New England 34. Miami 17.
All right. This is as simple as New England kicks Miami's ass. Even though Miami is 3-2 at home, New England's gonna empty the barrel. New England 44, Miami 13.
I definitely got New England in this one. Miami usually plays New England well, so I'm gonna give them a little credit. I'm gonna say 31-21, New England. We might even see a Stephen Ridley sighting. He hasn't been running the ball much.
Hey man, he has over 1,000 yards this year, man.
Yeah, but I mean, he's not used consistently. Is what I'm saying. I think this game he runs the ball a bit more. They balance it out a little bit more. Tom Brady's arm gets a little bit of a rest.
Man, Tom Brady's been having a rest all these last couple of weeks with the Jets. What, 4-3? They scored 21 points.
We got to get you a stronger drink. This beer isn't working, Luke.
52 seconds, 21 points in 52 seconds? Is that even possible?
It is.
It obviously.
I'm sorry, man. Next up on the slate, the Seattle Seahawks are 6-5. Head out to Chicago to Soldier Field to play those Bears at 8-3. And they do have Jay Cutler back.
Bears are at home?
Bears at home. 5-1 at home.
Bears at home. Seattle doesn't know what to do whenever they're not in Seattle.
They're 1-5 on the road.
Chicago, even though they have the injuries, I think they make a stand.
Urlacher is still out there.
They win a very tough game. I think they'll win in very tough fashion. Field goal to win the game. 2017 Chicago.
2017 Chicago. That sounds good.
I think Chicago's winning it to 19-13 Chicago.
19-13 Chicago. I got Chicago in this one. I think it's going to be an ugly old school game. I'm talking about 7-9 Chicago. Touchdown, safety. Russell Wilson gets clocked in the back of the end zone.
I mean, it's going to be tough for Seattle. They lost Browner and Sherman with PEDs. PED drug policy. They got suspended for 4 games, I think. So they're out.
If they're out, this game's going to get opened up. Because those guys are huge on Brandon Marshall. Both of them. So if those guys happen, I don't really think they're going to get suspended during the season. I think they might be able to stretch it out and get suspended after the season or beginning of next season. But if they don't, and their suspension is upheld immediately, this Seattle team, that's their playoff host.
Yeah.
Richard Sherman is their cornerback.
Browner too. Browner is no slouch.
Browner's no joke either, exactly. I got, this game's going to get ugly. This game's going to get real ugly. Next up on the slate, the Buffalo Bills at 4-7. Welcome to Jacksonville Jaguars, the new look Jaguars at 2-9. They're starting to. Justin Blackmon's came back to the team.
Hey, man,
he's played the last 2 weeks.
Chad Henne. Who would have thought that Chad Henne would emerge as the starting quarterback?
Who would have thought? Here you go again. This is no surprise to me.
Hey man, Chad Henne is playing very well. Gotta give him love. He's playing very well. I think this team can beat this Buffalo team, who, in my opinion, still don't know who the fuck they are.
Mario Williams. I heard he's playing safety this week.
I heard
they're just trying him every week.
He's playing LB, left bench.
Left bench.
I think Jacksonville's been playing too well. I think they keep it up. Jaguars also have a good run defense. CJ Spiller won't get as many rushing yards as he usually does, save for Fred Jackson. Jacksonville wins this one 14-10.
Jacksonville. When's the last time you picked Jacksonville?
don't know, man.
Lou's actually getting sleepy. We gotta
man. That shit woke me up.
Jake versus Jacksonville versus Buffalo is a sleepy ass game.
Buffalo at home 2-2. Jacksonville on the road 1-4. I'm not a big Jacksonville fan. 2-9 looks ugly. It is ugly. They'll lose ugly.
They'll lose ugly.
24. Buffalo 24. Jacksonville 20.
I'm gonna go with this is my upset of the week. I'm gonna go with Jacksonville on this one.
That's the upset?
Yeah, unfortunately. Technically it's an upset. So I'm gonna go with Jacksonville in this one. I'm gonna say 17-14. It's gonna be a close game.
I'm upset.
As long as your stomach doesn't get upset.
Yeah, really.
Next up, my Detroit Lions at 4-7 host the Indianapolis Colts, who are red hot with Andrew Luck at 7-4.
Now my stomach's upset.
This hurts. I'm nervous. This hurts. Vinny. Detroit Lions at home. They're 2-3 at home.
I mean,
Indianapolis is 2-3 on the road.
As much as I like Indianapolis and what they've done these last couple of weeks and the story behind it, I think that Detroit being at home tries to settle the score, at least with themselves, seeing that they can't win a game that counts, and the fact that they have to deal with the fact that they're not in the playoff race anymore. I think that makes Detroit pretty mad.
Makes me mad, you just saying it.
I think the Colts are going to get,
thinking about punching.
The Colts are going to get hit in the mouth. Andrew Luck's going to have a tough game. I think Matt Stafford has a good game. Calvin Johnson, they link up a lot. Detroit 24, Indianapolis 20.
24-20. What about you, Lil?
Detroit, man. Them Lions better put some heat on this boy. They better put some heat on Andrew Luck. That front line has got to come to play. They have to make up for that secondary. And I mean, because if he's back there and he's just picking them apart, and he's not going to get, they're not throwing him on his back, it will get ugly. I think that Detroit's going to fight, but it's not going to be enough. I don't think they're going to put enough pressure on him. I got Indianapolis winning 28-17.
28-17, Indianapolis. All right, Lou, you just jumped on my other list. No, I'm just playing.
At least I picked Detroit to win. I
know, right? I'm gonna definitely pick Detroit. I've been picking them through 7 losses, so hey, why not? I'm batting 1,000. I got Detroit beating Indianapolis. I'm gonna say 24-21. It's gonna be a shootout. Andrew Luck is gonna keep him in the game, definitely. And Detroit's gonna win it on the last second field goal from like the oldest kicker in the league, Jason Hanson. And we do it. Next up, oh my God, I can't even form my lips to say this.
Another classic game.
The 1-10 Kansas City Chiefs are at home, in which they are 0-6, and they host, if you call it that, they host the Carolina Panthers at 2-8, who look like a fucking Super Bowl team compared to this team. And Carolina's 1-3 on the road, so they have the advantage.
That robust 1-3 record.
Man, I mean, this is gonna be my lowest scoring game of the week. I don't even want to talk about the players because I don't feel that they are privileged to hear their name on air.
No player names.
No player names. Shout out to Romeo Cornell. Good luck.
Damn, he shots off the coach.
Carolina wins this one. It's going to be a close game, and it's actually going to be the worst game. 14-10.
14-10.
All right, the best player on the field is Cam Newton. So I take Carolina.
Hey, man, Eric Berry's out there.
The best player on the field is Cam Newton.
That's the.
So I pick Carolina. Carolina 16, Kansas City 10.
Upset alert! Upset alert!
Can we call it upset?
Yeah.
Can we even call these upsets? These are two terrible teams playing each other.
I think this is Kansas City's only shot to get another win this season.
We're all upset that he's making this pick. Hurry up and do it.
Kansas City 6, Carolina 3.
6-3?
2 field goals. That's all it takes to win this game. And Vinny's pouring another drink. Next up, we're going to hurry up and get away from here because this game is bringing out the moon. The 8-3 Denver Broncos host the 6-5 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This will be a good game. Tampa Bay is 3-2 on the road. Denver is 4-1 at home.
Tampa Bay been looking very good, but I think Peyton Manning is the X factor. Two solid defenses. But I don't think that secondary can match up with Demaryius Thomas, Eric Decker, Jacob Tammy. Even that run game is probably gonna get back in shape, hopefully. But Peyton Manning just too good. I think Tampa Bay makes it close. Doug Martin, of course, having another big game. Josh Freeman, Vincent Jackson, they'll win the cup. But I got Denver winning it 27-24.
27-24 Denver.
Man, Mr. Manning is gonna spank that ass.
He's gonna get in now.
Gonna spank that Tampa Bay Buccaneers booty. All right, at home in Mile High, them Bronco fans, and man, I'm still waiting to hear that first Tebow chant. The Denver fans are gonna be going bananas. You know how crazy that place gets, man. When they get
Mile High,
it's Mile High,
and then Colorado just legalized.
Yeah,
it's really gonna be Mile High.
It smells.
NANAS.
There's a pungent smell in the air. All right, it's gonna be the Broncos and Peyton Manning, who so far is my comeback and my MVP. Okay, Peyton Manning and Denver 28, Tampa Bay 13.
Denver's opening up the gates on this one. Rondé Barber gets burned all hell. And Mark Barron gets hurt again. Denver 42, Tampa Bay 24. Next up, we got 5 more games left on this slate for this week. I promise you guys we are working better and harder moving forward. We just crossed into an hour, so technically for us we're doing good. The 4-7 San Diego Chargers host the 6-5 Cincinnati Bengals. San Diego is 2-3 at home, while Cincinnati is 3-2 on the road. So favors the Bengals a little bit.
I'm a big fan of the Bengals and what they've been doing these last couple of weeks. Chargers suck dick. Cincinnati wins 28-10.
Dick sucker, 28-10.
Phillip Rivers and North Turner, they taking turns.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, the boat be sinking. All right,
The boat be sinking.
the Chargers boat be sinking. North Turner, he's you know it's the end of the race. So you know he'll be coaching his last few games now, and this will be a heartbreaker. I think Cincinnati's going to come into San Diego. San Diego's going to get booed off their own field. Cincinnati 21, San Diego 20. Last second field goal.
I'm going to actually agree with the Gray Beard on this one wholeheartedly. I think San Diego's going to stay in it the whole game, and then right at the end, last 40 seconds. You know, they're going to kick that field goal, go up 21-20. Phillip Rivers is going to get the ball with like 22 seconds left, and he's going to throw that interception that we all have seen so many times this year. He's going to drop back. He's going to look, and it's going to look good. And then he's going to forget about my man Leon Hall over there. And he's going to throw that bitch right to him. And he may run it back for a touchdown. He may make it. You know what? He's going to make it 28-20 at the end of the game.
Okay.
Last second touchdown after the last second field goal. Make sure they put the stake right in Norv's heart. Make sure Norv goes straight to the retirement home after this.
You talk about me being I need a drink. I need some pussy.
Well, my contention is I always need pussy, even when I've just had it.
That's a whole nother show.
Yeah. That would be a fun show, though. Next up, the 3-8 Oakland Raiders, who Vinny loves.
Shout out to Ice Cube.
Damn, he shot out Ice Cube.
I know, right? MC Hammer.
Oakland hosts Cleveland, who also is at 3-8. Oakland is 2-3 at home, while Cleveland is 0-5, a big goose egg on the road.
Carson Palmer. So the score would be 2013 Cleveland.
Damn! He didn't even take a breath and process that.
Cleveland is 0-5 on the road, but they're gonna go into Cleveland. Okay?
In Oakland.
I'm sorry, they're going into Oakland, and they're going to lose again on the road, 17-14, Oakland.
How? Carson Palmer's going to throw 4 picks. I mean, Darren McFadden's not playing, so I don't know who's going to do shit.
Kenny Stabler will come out of the stands.
I'm going.
John
Madden will run in off the
with a turducken on his head.
Yes.
I actually almost bought a turducken. They want $60 for them things.
$60?
Might as well make it yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going with
get a
Oakland.
coupon.
Yeah, right. I'm going with Oakland in this one. I think this is going to be our first Terrell Pryor sighting.
Oh!
I think Carson Palmer gets knocked out of the game
I wish.
by DeQuell Jackson.
DeQuell Jackson.
That would be so fun to watch.
Terrell Pryor trots onto the field second quarter, has a horrible second quarter.
Oh, yeah.
Gets motivated during halftime, comes back out, scores 21 straight points.
Is Jim Tressel on the coaching staff?
He's in the stands. He's in the stands doing the Ohio State arm lock, and they're just rocking back and forth.
Okay.
So, actually, he was at the Ohio State game this weekend doing that shit. It was fun. Like, they wouldn't even let him on the field. Like, you get your ass in the stands.
Oh, God.
So, yeah, I got Oakland winning this thing, 21-14. Terrell Pryor saves the day. End of the Carson Palmer era.
Hallelujah. I mean, if that happens, maybe they win. But with Carson Palmer at the helm, I give him no shot.
Next up, 3 games left, fellas. We almost out of the NFL. The 9-2 Baltimore Ravens division game host the 6-5 banged up Pittsburgh Steelers. Baltimore is 5-0 at home.
Pittsburgh's too hurt. No Big Ben. That makes it not even an even playing field. It makes it unfair.
Go get Dennis Dixon.
I think the Ravens gonna come out there and basically shove the Steelers' face into their ass. Ravens win 27-10.
Wow. Yeah, I got Baltimore kicking the Steelers' butt. It's not going to be a lot of scoring, you know, because it's still a rivalry game. I think it might be relatively close for the first 3 quarters. Mm-hmm. But then, you know, eventually Baltimore pull away. I got Baltimore winning 20-9.
Baltimore 20-9. I got Baltimore winning this. I think Joe Skinny and Torrey Smith realized their talents. And Torrey Smith might catch 2 touchdown passes. Ray Rice being the savior he was this last week. Did y'all see that play?
29 conversion.
That play was great. Shout out to you, Ray Rice from Rutgers. I got Baltimore winning this one 31-10. Next up on the slate, the Sunday night game. The 5-6 Dallas Cowboys host the 3-7, maybe by then 4-7 Philadelphia Eagles. Rivalry game. These 2 teams always play each other well.
I mean, this game is going to be so dependent on who's playing.
Who's playing? Yeah.
You know, it's so dependent. Then you have 2 teams. I mean, this is a toss-up to me, guys. We have 2 teams that are on the brink of total implosion. I give
in Kennesaw.
At the moment, from what I see and who the Eagles have playing, I gotta go with the Dallas Cowboys. No Vic, no McCoy. I don't see how Philadelphia can win it. Dallas 21-10, but it's barred to change if Vic can play, if McCoy can play.
All right, I like. I think Romo, and if DeMarcus Ware is playing, Dallas got this game at home. They need this game anyway. Philadelphia is kind of like gone into a nosedive, you know.
I mean, I think they can see the end.
Is it jet-like?
It's like it's got a tailspin to it.
We're getting your Jets report. We got Lou's Jet report. So as soon as we finish this segment, I'm sorry, Lou. We're getting your damn Jet report because you are there right now.
I won't call them the Jets. I'll call them the Kamikazes.
Okay, no more drinks for him.
No more drinks for him. He's not driving.
All right, Dallas beats Philadelphia at home, 31-10.
31-10. I definitely got Dallas in this game. I don't see Philadelphia has not shown ball since 2 years ago. So, with that being said,
shout out to Dallas.
And I don't like Dallas. Dallas is a piss poor, opportunistic team who takes advantage of